I'm Justin Davis, and this is Drone Camps RC. Alright guys, welcome to the field. Welcome back to the Drone Camps channel. I have a cool, very unique little quadcopter here this morning. This is the Alpha by KaiDeng. It's also known as the K130. I've seen it on a few other reviewers' channels, and this thing was really neat. It's in the shape of an egg, and it looks a lot like one of the CES larger style drones that actually had a 4K camera on it, and this seems to be inspired by that. I'll try to show a picture of it here on the screen, but it's really neat because it looks a lot like that one, and this is actually the size of an actual chicken egg, which is kind of crazy. It's really tiny. It has a lot of different little modes on here. It has headless mode, auto hover. It has Wi-Fi on board for a real-time video view, HD camera. We're going to see how HD that really is. One key return. It has a folding arms that fold in and out of the eggshell, and one key transformation, which is the power button. So it releases the arms up from the inside, and the propellers go inside the frame. So it's really pretty neat, very unique. It also runs off the app called Pantoma. If you're looking for that in the iOS or Android store, just use these little QR codes right here. Using a QR code scanner on your phone, you can automatically scan that and download the app. Now I'll go ahead and take it out of the box and show you guys how neat this thing actually is. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Imagine having a dozen of these things, like a dozen eggs up in the air at the same time. Now check this out. If you hold it, one finger on the very top, one finger on the bottom, all those arms just swing out just like that. So neat. So it's kind of hard to land it. I was flying it yesterday, and it's a little bit hard to bring it down and land it. So if anybody out there actually can land this thing without it tipping over, I would be interested to see that. That's very challenging. So there's the camera in the front. And I did break one prop, but you know what? These props are pretty durable. So we want to set it nice and flat when the copter's loading up, so the accelerometer and the gyro inside can balance correctly. It's a little bit bright out here today. You're probably not going to be able to see the app, but I'm just going to go to the Wi-Fi settings first, go over to Wi-Fi, and there's no password on this, so don't worry about a password, and it should load up. You should see something here that says KD. And you have to press and hold this power button for it to turn on. You see the lights flashing up inside. It actually has really cool LED lights inside here. So if you fly this at night, you can absolutely fly it in a dark room indoors. There it is already. I just turned it on again, and KD 9B78. So I'm going to click on that. No password. Go back to that Pantoma app. And I should have a real-time view now. It also saves the videos and photos straight to your iPad or whatever device you're flying it on. So that's kind of neat. No need for an SD card. Now I'm going to click on My Drone here. Go to that real-time screen view. And now I see all the app icons up top. We have photo, video, the what we call the G sensor mode, so that you can tilt your phone or device and fly it like that. I've done that before. It's really cool. We have hide the on-screen controls, the little eyeball there, high and low rates, the one key return, and the headless mode. And you can also turn the LEDs on and off, which is kind of neat. And they have a 3D view option, so if you can take your device and put it down inside a pair of goggles, you can actually fly this FPV. So you could FPV this. This is pretty neat. So let's go ahead now and let's calibrate first. That's right next to Takeoff on the right there. Once I calibrate a level surface, I can click on Takeoff, and look at those motors. They already started up. So I'll go ahead and use mode 2, which is throttle on the left. Left, right, forward, and back is on the right. So you just put your thumbs on the screen. I'm going to go ahead and start video recording. And I'll get a little closer here so you can watch that take off. Here we go. Okay, it does have altitude hold as well on here, which is really neat. Now I am pushing full forward stick right here. I'm just going to come up a little more. Now the wind will take these things away pretty quickly outside, so keep that in mind. Now I'm going to go to the higher rate mode. So if you have a windy situation and you're flying this, go ahead and put it in the high rate. That way you'll have more angle of attack and you'll be able to fly better in the wind. So now we're going to try out the headless mode. So we're going to go ahead and calibrate it on the ground right there, and we're going to try to do that auto takeoff again. So I'll press takeoff again, and I'll go ahead, put it in headless mode, and we'll come up off the ground. Now, no matter which way I yaw, it should go in a straight line. Look at that, it's actually coming back. So that is working. Headless mode. Pretty cool. Now sometimes it will want to stop working on the yaw axis. There we go. On the come back. So sometimes on the right thumb, it actually kind of like feels like it stops working. So if the props are still on, just press land and those will stop. So sometimes the right thumb feels like it kind of stops working, so I have to put my thumb back down again and reactivate that right side controller. Okay, so what little battery I have left, I'm going to try to do this one key return, and I've seen other reviewers and it doesn't seem to work that well, particularly on this quad, but we'll give it a shot. I'm going to go ahead and stop the motors for a second and recalibrate. The recalibrate button is right next to the takeoff button, so hit that every time you take off. Make sure it's facing forward. Okay, we'll go ahead and hit the one key return here. It is automatically landing. It didn't come back. It automatically landed. So, you know, some of the modes on this don't really work all that great, but you know what? It is a really neat drone. It is really cool. Gonna have to fly this more and play around more with these modes, but you know, this is definitely not one for, you know, hardcore HD video or anything high resolution. I just think it's kind of a novelty drone. It does look really cool. Looks a lot like that one from CES, the larger 4K drone. What a cool little quad. But I think that the battery on this could be a little bigger. If they could squeeze a little bigger battery in here, we could get a longer flight time, probably 5 to 6 minutes like it's advertised. I'm getting on this charge maybe 3 to 4 minutes on this battery. So this is a 1S 200 milliamp. But watch this. So cool how they flip out like that. And there is not much inside here. There's one little board over on this side, and there's one board up top, and then the battery is opposite of this board over here. So the battery is on this side, and there's another, I guess that would be the video camera board right there behind the lens, and up top would be the flight controller. This is really ultra small stuff, but super neat. I'm glad I could show you guys this on the channel. The KaiDeng K130 flying egg. What a cool little drone. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys, at the field. I'm Justin Davis. I'll see you on the next one. With the accelerometer in the quad, just because it seemed kind of wacky, but this one actually does pretty good. So I'm leaning right, I'm leaning left. You don't want to tilt it too much because it'll oh, it's going to auto land. So maybe the battery's on the way out. And it looks like it's working this time. I'm spinning it around, and it is up. Come back. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna land before it flies out of the playground. So this has been the KaiDeng egg drone, the transforming egg drone.